My colleague Rohit Sharma is now joining me live from Washington. Rohit, I believe it's not just in the terms of war that we have been seeing for the past many years between Russia and Ukraine, but this meeting between the US President Donald Trump and the Russian President Vladimir Putin is a milestone in the Russia-US ties also.
It is. I think it's a big and it's a huge diplomatic win for President Vladimir Putin. Look, he's got warrants against him in ICC, and he's allowed to come to the U.S. and to an American Air Force base and meet President Trump. There's a red carpet for him that welcomes him, and you could see all the right gestures by President Trump in welcoming him into this. So I think it's a huge diplomatic win for President Vladimir Putin. But I think just going by what occurred, and I would just give a rundown of things that happened, right? Vladimir Putin made sure he made President Trump wait for at least 25 minutes or so. He came late on his arrival. Then they get into a the Beast. They go to this meeting, which was only supposed to be a one-on-one. Then last minute change. They have a three-on-three meeting that was supposed to be 30 minutes. That goes on for more than 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours. And then there was supposed to be another meeting following up this meeting, which was going to include more delegates, and that did not take place. This 2.5 hour, 3 hour meeting essentially goes on forever, and then they don't take any questions. The press conference that we're showing right now, Ashwara, they do not take any questions from media. Vladimir Putin was very, very on point. He was flattering President Donald Trump. He went on to say, as we were showing right now, that this war would not have happened if President Trump was in charge. He also, thanked President Trump for his honest commitment to ending war. And President Trump said, there's no deal right now, and he's going to dial up, European leaders, NATO leaders, and Zelensky, and see what becomes of it. So I think it's a huge diplomatic win for Vladimir Putin. As far as President Trump is concerned, I think it's little to show right now. Maybe he's not showing all his cards right now as we speak. But after the summit, he's given an interview to Fox News where he goes on to talk about how Zelensky has to step up right now. There could be a next round of meeting where the EU leaders with Zelensky and Putin can meet, and he could probably also go and to that meeting. He's also talked about how President Vladimir Putin he got a one-on-one with Vladimir Putin, and he talked about the 2020 election, how that was rigged. As you saw in the press conference, he said, it's nice to see you alive, making a reference to the assassination attempt last year. So there was a lot that was said. We have to wait and watch, Ashwara, as to what the details are, because President Trump said that there are a couple of sticking points. There's one point, or one big sticking point, he said, that needs to be addressed, and we are making assumptions that could be with the territorial concessions that Zelensky would have to make. But right now, I think out of what we saw today on this meeting, looks like Vladimir Putin has got some extension. On Fox News, President Trump went and said that he's not thinking about putting additional sanctions on Russia. And I think that's what President Putin wanted to avoid at this point in time. He's invited President Trump to Moscow. So all great signs as far as Russia is concerned. Not too much talk about ceasefire. I don't think there was any point in that press conference that either leader talked about the word or even used the word ceasefire. So that was the reason why this meeting was set up, or this summit was set up. We did not get a whole lot on that, and that's something we have to wait and watch.
Right, Rohit, please stay on with me.